Hey guys, it's me, Killer Krez, and today I'm here with kind of a different kind of tier list video. It's about music in 2023. Um, I think I've said it in more than enough times in my previous streams, but in case you haven't heard it yet, I am disappointed in 2023 for its lackluster music. Um, I guess to start this off, I'm in no means a music expert. I just listen to a lot of music, and I also don't or do acknowledge that there is such thing as personal, or that music is more of a subjective thing rather than objective. But I do think there is a certain point where there is objectively good music and objectively bad music, and I feel like 2023 had a lot of objectively bad music. Um, so with that being said, if you like any of these albums, any of these songs that I'm gonna mention, anything like that, please feel free to talk about it. I want to hear your side of it because I view my opinions as, what I truly believe. I wouldn't be stating something if I didn't believe it. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you have to say. Maybe you could change my perspective. Let me make sure my audio is recording. Yeah, okay, you guys can hear my annoying voice. Okay, so first things first is you're probably wondering, like, what the fuck are these, like, choices of albums? In fact, what the hell is Trippy Red even doing here? So let's start with him. I should have made an F category because he is fucking terrible. I really enjoy Trippy way back then, way back then. 2017, 2016. Um, I still listen to a lot of his old songs, something like Love Scars, 1400 999 Freestyle, Matt Hardy, just like all these songs. Like, I get it, this is a lot more hip hop, so if you don't like hip hop in this portion, you probably won't understand. But, it's just like I loved his sound, his uniqueness before, where I guess uniqueness is a wrong term because there were a lot of artists that sounded similar to him, but he kind of like pioneered it along with like X and something like that. So it's just like to hear the music he's been producing. I couldn't choose one album. Excuse me. I couldn't choose one album from Trippy's 2023 releases. He released three, by the way, three albums, and he released quantity over quality. They are all equally dog shit. Dog shit. Like, objectively bad music. If you like one or two songs, congratulations. That doesn't make it a good album. It's just outright bad. And if you defend it, I genuinely would like to hear you defend any of his albums. I think there is. So I listened to Mansion Music and A Love Letter to You, what, like five or something like that. I didn't listen too much to his recent album. So maybe his most recent album is incredible, 10 out of 10. I don't fucking know. But judging off of the two that I've already heard and from my friends' reactions to the album, I'm going to go out and say that it was probably bad or mid at best. I don't know what these artists are thinking, pushing out this shit. Like, come on, like, quality over quantity. Trippy, quality over, it's just like he's trying to, like, I don't know, sound different, but like literally it's just bad. It's just outright bad, you know outright fucking bad. I would love to play you some clips. In fact, let me get out my phone and let me see if I could show you some clips, or I'll play like 2 seconds or something. This is probably gonna be a longer video. St. Michael V2 is not the one I listened to, but I definitely listened to Mansion Music, and it was fucking terrible. It was terrible. It was dog ass. I don't know. Let's put like Killionaire. Like, what am I gonna put, like, right here? Okay. Yeah, okay. That's enough. That literally sounds like the entire album. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And I really do. I should also mention that these are all artists that I looked forward to. These are all artists that I cared about, that I previously established relationships with. Not as in, like, relationships where I knew them, but I depended, or not, well, I guess I did depend on them, to release good music. Like I don't know. Let me give you an example. Next up, let's move on from Trippy, because I could go on a whole rant about. But anyways, let's move on from Trippy into Lil Uzi Vert, who I relied upon to drop some good music, especially for making us wait how long for the fucking album. You know, I think it's genuinely dog shit. I don't see any redeeming qualities to the album. I remember when I was a freshman. I think I was actually a sophomore, and Eternal Take finally released after being like teased for so long, and it just banged. It banged like it was a good fucking album. It was a great album. Um, Maybe great is going too far. I don't know. I have to re-listen to the album, but I did enjoy it quite a lot back then, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm excited. He released a single. What is it? I Just Want to Dance, something like that, and it's everyone's heard that song, that like like everyone knows the fucking song. It's so overplayed. Even if you want to say that's the only good song on the album, I do not care. I tried. Listened to. I tried my best to get to like the album, and I could not. I could not bring myself. I see all the stupid TikToks or the Instagram whatever the fuck, dude. Just of all the stupid like little anime opening song that he has on the album. If you like that song, sure, but like from Uzi, like I get it. He might be exploring, because we're gonna talk about another experimental album, as in Let's Start Here for Lil Yachty, but he might have been exploring, but I guess it's not my genre. I don't know. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on that song specifically, from people saying that they liked the genre and thought it was shit, or people saying that they don't like the genre and thought it was good, or people that like the genre and thought it was good, or people that don't like the genre and thought it was shit. Right? Like, there's reviews, mixed views on everything at this fucking point. So I don't know. Also, if you get the rain in the background, sorry, but I don't know. Let's look at Pink Tape. I probably should have pulled all these albums up, huh? Oh, yeah. So let's see. You have Flood of the Face, Suicide Doors, A with Travis Scott, Crush 'em, Amped, X2, Died and Come Back, Spin Again, That Fire, I Gotta, Endless Fashion, Mama I'm Sorry, All Alone, Nakamaru, Just Wanna Rock, Fire Alarm, CS, Werewolf, Pluto to Mars, Patience. Dude, there's 26 songs on this album. 26 songs. Like, why do we need this much fucking tracks? And they're all like, bro, Spin Again has to be the most boring, uninspired song I've ever heard. Let me just hold on. Let me look. It's just this. Spin again, just spin again. Pull up. Like, come on, dude. Come, Uzi, that made, I don't know, EXO Tour Life, Neon Guts. Like, dude, there's so many hits that Uzi has. Like, it's honestly terrible. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than it being atrociously bad, and a flop in my eyes. I was really excited. Oh, here we go. We can name some songs. EXO Tour Life, Life Goes On, 20 Minutes. Oh my god, 20 Minutes is such a fucking banger. Yes Sirski, that's like my favorite song off of Eternal Take. I still have it in my playlist to this fucking day. Like, dude, there's so many good Uzi songs, and none of them like are even somewhat represented in his music. I'm not saying that you have to consistently make the same type of music every time, because again, as I'm gonna say later, with Yachty, who completely made an entirely different genre of music, you just have to do it good if you want to do it. And Uzi did not do it good. And the music that he knows how to make, like Spin Again, is fucking boring. And you leave that shit way back in like 2016. I understand there's a lot of Uzi defenders, as there are a lot of Cardi defenders, but I just do not care. I do not fucking care. I'm not going to sit down. Maybe you'll catch me, like, this is going to have a whole lot of red effect, where it's like, it came out, and then, like, there was a bunch of Cardi defenders, and then fucking 2 years later, everyone loves fucking Whole Lot of Red for no reason. Maybe that's going to happen with Pink Tape, but right now, in this current moment, I'm not going to fucking sit here and lie and tell you that Pink Tape is a good album, because I think it's not, and that's my subjective opinion. I think there's like no excuses. If there is excuses, then I don't really care. How long did he make us wait for this album? I think that is a very crucial point to think about. It's not like this album came out 10 days after his last one. It came out like what, 3 years? I was like, it was before COVID. So 3 years. Like 3 years. Insane. 3 years for this is fucking insane. Speaking of 3 years, let's talk about what was the point I was saying? Whereas he made us wait. I guess let's talk about Tyler. Tyler has a schedule of dropping an album every 2 years. What the fuck is this opera? Can I pause this? Okay, so he has a tendency to drop an album every 2 years. He didn't. Instead, he dropped a deluxe. First of all, major disappointment. Okay, like I'm not sitting here and saying like I'm entitled to new music, but if you're gonna establish a pattern, like at least like try to keep up with it. Like I don't know. Like I feel like why I got more upset than any other artist if they delayed it is because Tyler makes great music. I think Call Me If You Get Lost was great. I think Igor was his best album. And I think Flower Boy before that was pretty fucking good too. I love Tyler the Creator. I think Tyler the Creator is my second favorite artist, if not my first favorite artist right now. No, he's definitely second. I definitely am a bigger fan of Kendrick Lamar right now. But I think, when I think of music, Tyler is one of the first names to pop into my mind. So the fact that he didn't drop an album this year was kind of a disappointment because I came into the year with the expectation of an album and I didn't get it. And I feel like I set myself up for disappointment and that was on my end. So if I'm a little biased here, you'll just have to understand why. I'm sure if you're a Tyler fan, you would also understand. But if you're not, it is pretty spoiled, I guess. Tyler spoiled us, is what I should say. And then the 1 year he decided not to spoil us, it's, it fucks with you. Regardless, 2 years waiting for this deluxe, and I actually thought it was pretty good. I actually thought it was pretty fucking good. Let me go over. I will say it's a little disappointing to only have so few songs on it. But the few songs that were on it were actually really fucking nice. Like, let me see. So we have, here we go. We have Stuntman, What a Day, Wharf Talk, Dogtooth, Heaven to Me, Boyfriend, Girlfriend, Sorry Not Sorry. Let me go ahead and say right now, Stuntman, I haven't listened to it too much, so I'm not going to comment on it. I'm just going to say it's average. What a Day, great song. I really like his flow. He just, such a good vibe. Wharf Talk, another good vibe. Dogtooth, it's a pretty good song. I do enjoy it. Heaven to Me is a pretty good song too. I love the beat. I love the way it is. Shout out Kanye for producing it. And then Boyfriend Girlfriend is honestly probably the most underrated song. I haven't heard anyone say about it, but I just love the fucking like upbeatness. It's like I just want somebody to know whenever I am feeling alone. Like, come on, it's like such a good song. Like I really fucking like it. Sorry Not Sorry is probably the most overrated on the album. I did listen to it a lot when it first came out. Maybe I overplayed it, and that's why I think it's overrated. But regardless, it's a pretty good fucking album. Like, I mean, deluxe. He made us wait 2 years, and he supplied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 good songs that I added to my playlist. Look, Trippy and Uzi, I added 0 songs from their albums. So saying 6 is a good amount, and putting it at A should really like let you know what the expectations are. So, or how low my expectations are, or became. Because if it was up to me, I'd probably put this at B. But I have to scale it. Like I have to scale it. It's like the thing that professors do curve. I have to curve the grading on these. So if we were going off overall music, this would be a B, because it's only 6 songs. But due to the lackluster amount of songs in 2023, it's an A. Speaking of, the next, let's go to Utopia, since we were talking about a long time. I guess that's what I wanted to transition to, into Utopia. We waited a very long time for this album. And this album is probably my most controversial take, besides Scary Hours 3 for All the Dogs. I think this album is a C. Hear me out. Actually, I'm going to change my mind right now. B. Hear me out. I think Travis Scott had some great songs. I do. But the way you get to them is atrocious. Like, hold on, let me pull up Utopia so I could explain my point better. I really think, like, my eyes, okay? You have to listen to, like, some Minecraft ass song for 2 minutes. Let's play it. Like, look, listen to this. You know, I get it. It's trying to be peaceful and stuff, sure, but like, come on. It's not a good song. And then it turns into, like, that's a good transition into a good song, but that's 2 minutes and 56 seconds into the song. So there's only 1 minute and 15 seconds of an enjoyable song. That's not good. That doesn't make it a good song. That does not make it a mid song. That doesn't do anything. I remember I listened to the album. I put on Hyena, which is the first song. I was like, okay, Travis is actually going to come through. He's going to come through. Fuck no, he did not. You know, there's a lot, like, look, Meltdown featuring Drake. I thought that was a good song because of Drake. His verse was very good. You know, Travis, he didn't ruin the song. I don't skip the song when it's Travis' part, but it's very lackluster. It's very uninspired. Fiend with Playboy Cardi, come the fuck on. I don't want to hear these Playboy fanboys and fucking, you know, like, Fiend. He's just repeating Fiend 20 times. Like, I understand. I do enjoy some of the same music similar to that. But really? Like Travis Scott? Like, you know, the dude, I Know is a good song. It's a good song. Circus Maximus, I remember I enjoyed it. Schizo, I also remember I enjoyed it. I actually did enjoy Telekinesis as well. And that's why it's at B and not a C, because there's some enjoyable songs. But God, fuck, man. Like, he just ruined so many fucking songs just by having such a stupid, like, theme. Like, Topia Twins is not bad either. Like, I don't know. Maybe this song, because the more I look at this track list, the more I'm like, oh, maybe I was a little too harsh. Because, you know, some of these aren't that bad. Compared to, like, the rest of the year, some of these aren't too bad. So maybe I might, it's a high B. There's not a lot of albums to scale, so I'll give it, like, an 87%. Like, it's decent, but, like, come on, like, from Travis, like, maybe I just expected too much. I think that's my issue with this year, is I expected too much, and I just got let down for those reasons. If you enjoy Utopia, sure, go for it, but I've only added maybe, like, 3 songs that I listen to constantly, and then a lot of other songs are just average or decent, and, you know, I don't like it. I don't like the fact that it's like that. Let's get rid of the last 2 mid albums, I guess we could say. So let's get rid of the obvious one that's not hip hop, Bewitched by Laffy. I did call this mid, but I actually did kind of enjoy it. So let me give you some background. I mostly listen to hip hop rap, and over the year, I heard some TikToks from you know, just people making, like, songs with making TikToks with the song from the start, And I was like, hey, I kind of like the vibe of this song because I do listen to some R&B and like some blues, just like just like a general like sad vibe, like kind of like Joji and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of like it. Like it's kind of my style. So I delved deeper into Laffy, and I actually ended up falling in love with her. Like she is such a great artist. And when I found out she was releasing an album, again, my expectations were through the fucking roof. It was like I was expecting a Tyler the Creator album, and I just have to say that I don't know. I don't know. I thought every song was good, but it just felt, I don't know, kind of like just existent. The only song I will say is A Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self. That song actually is like one of the best songs I've ever heard. When I first listened to it, I think I actually did shed a tear or two, like unironically. Um, Great song, great song. I definitely recommend to listen to. Um, but it just kind of left me, kind of in the middle, because all her other albums, they're so great, and this one was just there. It's kind of like the Jesus is King of Kanye West. Where all his other albums are just phenomenal, and Jesus is King is just it's average. Like it's not bad, but it's not like top 10. You know what I mean? It's like this is definitely not her best album, but I mean it's not bad either. Um, I did not add I did add A Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self. But I just found myself kind of like not enjoying it as much as I want to. Um, and for that reason, I'm gonna have to leave it below Travis Scott. Um, you know, Again, if you're not into hip hop, whatever, not your style, but me, because this is all in my perspective. Again, it's it was kind of a letdown. I'm not gonna lie. As well as Business is Business by Young Thug. See, there was a lot of hype around the album, because of the trial between, or the RICO trial of Young Thug and Gunna. And I didn't put Gunna's album on here because I didn't listen to it. I don't care for Gunna, not because he snitched or whatever. I really don't give a shit. Um, but because I don't know. I listened to Gunna, and the only Gunna song that I say I like is Juice World, and it's Ain't Living Right with Juice World, Future, and Gunna. That song's a fucking banger. Um, but I haven't listened to a solo Gunna project. I listened to the one with the like Medusa head, and it's kind of like a stone. I think it's like DS something, or I don't know. If you're a Gunna fan, you know. I listened to that one. I wasn't too impressed, so I just didn't bother listening to the other one. So, anyways, Young Thug. Um, I kind of expected, not too much, because I didn't really like that much of the old Thug albums. There are some Thug slappers, like I Love Digits. You know, there's some bops. There's some bops. But I don't know. I just got Oh You Went from this album. There was another one with 21 Savage as a feature, and that one got ruined because at the end, I don't know, Thug just started singing. Like I don't know. I feel like it kind of dragged on a little bit. Um, or was it at the beginning? I don't fucking know. But either way, I only added one song, and I was kind of expecting a lot since it was an album released in prison. Like I remember that happened to Lil Wayne. That's about it. I'm not that old. Well, is that old? I don't fuck. Who cares? It's just whatever. I guess it's kind of a forgettable album. Everything besides Tyler is a forgettable album. That's what 2023 is. It's a forgettable year for music. None of these albums are spectacular, genre defining, 10 out of 10s. None of them. None of them. None of them. None of these. Even the two albums that are left, I wouldn't consider 10 out of 10s. So let's start off with. Let's start here. It's an automatic S. I think there's only like 2 skips, and they're both the interludes. Phenomenal album. I don't like Little Yachty. Oh, well, let me take that back. I like Little Yachty, but I only liked him for his old songs, like I Spy, Broccoli, or One Night, those songs. So, when I saw early this year that Yachty had an album, I was like, interesting. I'll give it a listen because, I always do that. When it's a new year, I always listen to an album from an artist that I don't listen to often, but I still listen to. For example, The Weeknd. I listened to The Weeknd. His album, it was called, what is it called? Like, you know what it is. But anyways, I listened to that album, and I thought it was okay. And so I did the same thing. I listened to Yachty's album, and I thought it was great. I thought it was beautiful. What a fucking phenomenal album from a genre that I never listened to. Well, I guess it's similar to like R&B, I guess, similar, but not really. It's just, it's just such a, I don't know. I see the word psychedelic being tossed around whenever I look at reviews for this album, which I kind of understand, but, it's just such a vibe. Like, it's really just a vibe. Like, you could just put this album on and just, like, close your eyes and you could just relax, you know? It's such a great album. There's some highs with like some like bangers, like banging on drums. I forget what it's like. There's a lot of songs, but like, dude, let me put you on. So you got songs like Drive Me Crazy. Oh, that's probably my favorite song of the year. I wanna be where you are. You just might drive, you drive me crazy. I lose it. But I wanna be where, like, it's such a fucking good song. And then you have like The Alchemist. You have what else? You have Black Seminole. You have, dude, I can't even name all the songs. You have Paint the Sky. Should I Be, like, come on, it's so fucking good. I genuinely think this album would be a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for Contradictory, but how short it is. It's kind of like Ye from Kanye, where it's short, but it's so sweet. It's such a great. I'm gonna listen to this album after this. It's so good. Please listen to this album, please. If you don't like rap, and you want to listen to a new album, listen to this album. It's not a rap album. Alchemist is the closest thing you're gonna get to rap. Can we talk about Yachty for a second though? Yachty has killed shit this year. What is his song with J. Cole called Secret Recipe? What a fucking good song. You have Solar Creep Boy, you have Tesla. You've been going the fuck off this year. Hold on. Shout out fucking Yachty, man. I did not like him like that before, but he put me on. He put me on fucking Yachty. Yachty put me on Yachty. I started listening to Yachty. I did want to go to a concert of his to hear him perform. Let's Start Here. It looks like he's not going to do that. So, too bad. I love this album so much. Fucking phenomenal. And the last album, the most controversial one, Scary Hours 3. I think it's album of the year. Which is saying a lot. Both albums in S tier are from artists I didn't enjoy to this year prior, which is fucking crazy. Crazy to think about. I don't like Drake. I don't like Drake as much as you. Okay? But I can tell you when I hear objectively good music, and this was objectively good music. There are 24 songs or something like that, and only 4 skips or something like that. Like, are we serious? Like, are we serious? Hold on. Let me play some songs, or like clips of songs, and let me show you what I'm talking about. Scary Hours 3 for all the dogs. There's some effects. Virginia Beach is pretty good. Like, it's kind of boring, but that's fine. Amen is pretty good, kind of boring. Calling for You, phenomenal 21 Savage verse, but it has the Travis Scott effect where it's like you have to go through 2 minutes of mid to go for 2 minutes of an actual good song. So I'm gonna call it mid. Okay, and then now we come to Fear of Heights. Fucking good song. Daylight, fucking good song. First person shooter, fucking good song. I don't give a fuck. If I could listen to any song from this album for the first time again, I would want to listen to I Don't Give a Fuck by featuring Yeet. Because that like, just this part right here, like, it's so good. And then it's just like, crazy. I was listening to that in the car after I came out from the gym. Fucking crazy. 7969 Santa. I don't remember the song too much, so I'm just gonna say it's average. Slime Me Out, average. Bahama Promises, fucking great song. Try Your Best, great song. Screw the World is an interlude. Drew Up Picasso is pretty fucking good. Members Only is pretty fucking good. What Would Pluto Do is fucking awesome. I fucking love that song. It's like, what would Pluto do for that, bro? So I did it. All the Parties, average. 8 a.m. in Charlotte, fucking incredible song. BBL Love, this one is an interlude, but it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. Gently featuring Bad Bunny is not even that unbearable. Rich Baby Daddy is pretty bad, but only because of Sexy Red. She ruins the song. Drake actually had a fucking good verse on this song. Like, he's like, I still got some love deep inside of me. Like, look, hold on. I still got some love deep inside of me, please. Like, please drag it out of me. He's not a guy. Like, come the fuck on. He's good. He had a good verse. So did Caesar. And then Another Late Night. Interesting beat, but I like this song. Away From Home is fucking phenomenal. Like, I know I'm kind of glazing, kind of meat writing right now, but understand me when I say this is the only album I enjoyed fully, besides Let's Start Here. Let's Start Here came out in like fucking January, February. I went 10 months without a fucking good album. It was unbearable. So excuse me if I'm glazing or over exaggerating this album, because this is the only album I fucking enjoyed this year, besides Let's Start Here. Away From Home is a fucking great song. Polar Opposites is like another average song. So there's so many. I did mention a bunch of average songs, which is contradictory to what I said about 4 skips. But dude, 23, and I named like what, 6 averages, 7. I'm sorry, 14 songs that I enjoyed. When A tier was 6 or 5, B tier was like 3. And then, come on. Then, hold on. It gets better, because there's actually 29 songs. And I think all of Scary Hours 3, is fucking Red Button, incredible. Stories About My Brother, incredible. The Shoe Fits, incredible. Wickman, incredible. Evil Ways, incredible. Like, You Broke My Heart is the only one I will say I didn't enjoy all the way, because he does some, like, this is a good ass song. Oh, that's probably a bad. Like, my notepad caught many bodies, screenshots all plenty prop. He's so fucking good. The only part that ruins the song is when he's like, but my ex, for like 10 minutes straight. Like it's kind of just boring, you know? Like, that's the only part that I would skip. But besides that, 29 songs and only 7 skips. That's a fucking, what, 22 out of 29. That's a fucking 0.75, right? 0.76 on a grading book. That's fucking, for Drake. Do you understand that I don't like Drake? I was a Kanye fan before this year, last year, whatever. My music taste kind of has shifted, and because of that, I don't enjoy Kanye's music as much. But I was a major Kanye fan. I was in like the top 0.1% of like his listeners, with like 6,000 hours in his, or 6,000 minutes listening to him on Spotify alone, and that was only when I was playing on Xbox. And now that I'm driving, this year, it's changed because, you know, I use Apple Music now and stuff like that. Anyways. I always hated Drake because of Kanye. And when I heard the album that came out last year with 21 Savage, Her Loss, I think it was, I didn't like it. I listened to it again this year, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. And I listened to Scary Hours 3, and I fucking loved it. I love this album. I love both of these albums and I will defend them. You know, it's fucking insane to me how my top 2 albums are from artists that I don't like. I shared a lot of feelings on my Instagram about this stuff. I'll pull up some. Let's see. I guess what I want to pull up is, let me show off my minutes listened to, I guess. So I listened to 56,000 minutes of music this year. We can see Scared, or no, For All the Dogs. This is Joji, Mac Miller, Kuko, Drake. Let's pull up another screenshot. Let's pull up this one. So these are my, this is 11 artists. You can see like my things or whatever. But these two are probably my favorite artists right now. Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem. Laffy. You see the little heart cat emoji. I love Laffy, man. She's so fucking good, man. Lil Yachty, he's up there. Look at him. This is all from Let's Start Here. This is how much I listened to the album. And as well as Solo Creep Boy, Secret Recipe. Like, this is fucking good. Also, look how long I've been talking for. Holy shit. Regardless, let's keep it moving. What is this one? Oh, this is my top albums. Look at this. So we can see it right here. 351 plays. And this is before Scary Hours 3. Look at this. So this is, look how much I enjoyed this album too. If you're reading this, look, Let's Start Here. Like, come on. Like, I mean what I say. Like, I genuinely mean what I say. And the last one would be here. This is my top artist. Yep, so we can see here. Drake, Tyler, the Creator, Joji, Kanye, and then Juice WRLD. I mean, you can see me make comments about Kanye making top 4 because I have listened to zero music this year, which is true. I don't know how he's that high up. It must have overlapped from last year, which shows you how much I listened to Kanye last year. But regardless, yeah, here's Yachty, Laffy, Kendrick, Baby Keem. I will probably make a video talking about new artists I discovered this year, because I discovered a lot of artists more in the R&B category, like Laffy and Faye Webster. She's very, very talented as well. And I will talk about albums I've listened to. I re-listened to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. I've listened to Overly Dedicated for the first time. I still have yet to listen to Untitled Unmastered, so I'm probably going to do that soon as well. Also, look, 1,500 songs. Like, I tried to listen to new songs, and I can't. I can't find any good songs. Like, I did do a lot. I do think I'm qualified enough to give my opinion on this shit. So, regardless, those are my thoughts. Let me know if you think I'm stupid, think I missed something, maybe overhyped an album too much, or underappreciated an album. Regardless, that's my opinion. I've always wanted to make a video talking about this because it is a very heated argument to have with me. You can tell by me yapping for 40 minutes, almost an hour. For only 8 things, by the way. NFL, it took me like 40 minutes too, 30 minutes. And that was like 23 teams, 32 teams, something like that. Yeah. That's, just goes to show how much I care about music. Regardless, let's end it with, if Trippie Redd comes out with a new album, Lil Uzi, Young Thug, Travis, I'm always going to listen to their albums. I'm not saying that they're bad artists. I'm saying that they made a bad album. You know, I still appreciate Travis. I still appreciate Laffy. I still appreciate Tyler. I still don't like Drake. I still, started liking Yachty. But that doesn't change the fact that they produce what they produce. And I'm judging and critiquing what they made. I saw Drake got mad at some guy for judging his music, which is fair because, again, it's subjective. When these people put out this music, it probably sounds good to them, and that's all that fucking matters in the end of the day. Who really cares if Killer Kraz doesn't like your song? Who really cares if Joe from Wisconsin doesn't like your song? It doesn't fucking matter because you should be proud that you produced it, and I think that's what's important. I feel like a lot of people take criticism too hard, and I do understand that I'm critiquing their album, very strong critiques, especially with like Uzi saying his album is absolute dog shit, which is something that I believe personally. That doesn't mean that he thought it was absolute dog shit, and that doesn't devalue the album. It just means that's how I feel. And yeah, it's the same way when someone calls a game trash. There's games that are trash, like, I don't know, Kong, that had no effort, no love put into them. And then there's games that are trash, like Overwatch 2, which also had no effort and no love into it. No, I guess that's a bad comparison. I don't know. What's a good comparison? I don't know. Let's just pretend like if Spider-Man 2 was bad. That game had a lot of love poured into it. And just because someone thinks it's bad doesn't make it fucking bad. Even if it's the minority that thinks it's good, it doesn't fucking matter. You produced it, and that's good enough. I've been Killer Krez. Those are my thoughts on 2023. I think 2023 has been disappointing in music. But other than that, yeah, I'll probably go over a yearly recap one of these videos. But that's about it. Thanks for listening to me talk for like 50 minutes. Hope you guys enjoy the video. And have a good night. Goodbye.